Today, we're going to talk about smart security cameras, those little devices many of us trust to keep an eye on things. Our goal here is simple: to help you understand the risks so you can stay aware, calm, and secure. This isn't about creating fear, it's really just about building knowledge.
We install these cameras to protect our homes and our businesses. We trust them to be our eyes when we're not there, to give us some peace of mind. But what happens when that trust is broken? What happens when the device meant to protect you becomes a vulnerability itself?
So let's look at a specific real-world example. Researchers discovered a very serious issue in cameras made by Dahua, which happens to be one of the largest surveillance brands in the world. This case is a perfect illustration of how a protector can be turned into a spy.
The core problem they found was critical. An attacker didn't even need your password to get in. They could gain complete control over the camera from anywhere in the world, bypassing the most basic security measure we all count on. So you might be wondering, how is something like this even possible? Let's break down the technical side into simple, understandable parts. Because really, understanding the method is the very first step to defending against it. The attack basically happens in a few stages. First, the hacker gains access without any credentials at all. From there, they can take remote control of the device. In some cases, they can even install malware for long-term surveillance, and then use that camera as a gateway to get to other devices on your network. The technical term for this is a buffer overflow. Now, that sounds complicated, but imagine the camera's software has a little box designed to hold a specific amount of data. An attacker sends way too much data, making the box overflow. And in that overflow, they sneak in their own malicious code, which lets them bypass the password check entirely.
And the level of control an attacker gets is significant. It's not just about watching the video feed. They could change your camera settings, point in a different direction, or even disable the recording altogether, right when you might need it most.
So you can see this isn't just a technical problem. It has a very real and personal impact. Why does a flaw in a camera's code matter to your family or your business?
While the scale is just massive, millions of these cameras are used all over the globe. They're not just in large corporations, they're in small shops, they're in schools, and they're in private homes, watching over our daily lives.
This creates a serious breach of privacy. The very device that was meant to provide security becomes the opposite. It means private moments and daily routines could be exposed to strangers, silently and without you ever knowing. Now that we understand the problem, let's focus on the solution. The good news is that you are not powerless. There are clear, practical steps you can take to regain control and secure your devices.
Here are 5 key steps. First, always update your camera's firmware. This is how manufacturers deliver security patches. Second, keep your camera behind a firewall, which acts as a digital barrier to the internet. Third, disable a feature called UPnP, as it can automatically open ports that hackers can exploit. Fourth, you might consider creating a separate Wi-Fi network just for your smart devices to keep them isolated from your main computers. And finally, monitor your network for any unusual activity.
This whole situation brings us back to a core principle of digital safety. It is simple, but it is so powerful. Always stop, think, and verify. So, let's zoom out for a final thought. This isn't just about one brand of camera. It's really about how we think about all the smart technology we decide to bring into our lives. This quote really says it all. The whole purpose of these devices is to act as a guardian. But without the proper security, they can easily become a spyglass for anyone, anywhere. And here is the root cause. In the big rush to add features and connect everything to the internet, security often becomes an afterthought for the people who make these devices. As users, we have to be the ones who make it a priority. This leaves us with a critical question to consider, not just for our cameras, but for every connected device we have in our homes. Is it serving as a guardian for you, or is it an unprotected entry point for others? The goal is not to fear technology, but to be informed and cautious. Awareness is protection. Staying alert helps you stay safe. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay aware, and consider sharing this information with your family.